your PDF files. Similarly, it can read the Tableau desktop developed reports. Okay, so if you had developed something in your in your Tableau, it would be, it would be a read. I mean, we can read that using Tableau Reader, right? So that's where things are. And Tableau Public is just for doing a small stuff. Like it's again a replica of desktop, but it will not have a lot of capabilities as Tableau desktop are having. Okay, so I'll let you know all these products in detail when we get on to there. Okay, but our primary concentration is to Tableau desktop and Tableau server. Tableau desktop deal with development. You can connect to data and you can start your reporting, dashboarding, etc. with the help of desktop. Once you do all the stuff, you cannot keep it yourself, right? So you're the developer, you have done some report, but that should obviously be reaching to end user. End user or nothing but the business. Okay, the business people who actually make decisions, who actually drive business in an intelligent manner. Okay, so that's where server comes in picture, where all your developed reports you'll deploy into Tableau server. Okay, so I'm sure you cannot develop there, but still we have one capability where you can develop reports in Tableau server itself. Maybe we call that as on the fly, doing some reports on the fly. But still, Tableau desktop is the actual development tool. Tableau server is the one that holds all your developed dashboards, reports, along with users and their respective access levels. Okay, so when I talk about accesses, Tableau server takes care of user logging in, authenticating them, whether is a right user to log in, whether he's a part of Tableau server or not. So it will take it will handle all the stuff. Okay, so that's where the server, and we have few more which I told we'll be discussing in our class during second day. Okay, next we'll jump on to actual things like what is Tableau, not what is Tableau, what is data source, how to connect to the data source. Okay, so I have primarily one thing installed here, Tableau. Okay, so I have 9.1 installed in my system. So I just wanted to tell you, we have various versions of Tableau. Okay, so if you go through the YouTube videos or somewhere else, you'll find the videos talks about Tableau 8.3, 8.2, and 8.0 versions. Okay, and we have few UI changes in 9.0 and 9.1. Okay, so just to keep us updated, okay, I just wanted to take all the classes using 9.1, which is the latest version of Tableau. Okay, so, and don't worry, I'll be telling you, maybe I'll take 1 hour or 30 minutes of time to just walk you through the previous versions of Tableau as well. Okay, Tableau desktop, previous versions of Tableau desktop as well. Because whenever you go somewhere, it's not like you'll have only 9.1. You might be seeing 8.1, 8.2, which are being used. So you should be familiar with that. But it doesn't act, I mean, it's not a big deal. Once you see 9.1, you'll definitely understand the previous versions. Okay, so this is what the first screen of Tableau, where it will basically ask you for connect to the data. Okay, so either you can connect to Excel file, you can connect to all the other files, and if your data is residing in a database, when I talk about database, we have Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, and more servers. These are the many database related servers where Tableau can actually establish a connection very quickly. Okay. Uh, so this is one point. We'll come back to this later, but just wanted to show you the UI. Okay, and then take it from there. So this is what the tool is about. Not tool is about, this is what the UI basically. Okay. And then this is what I'm talking about. Connecting to data sources is nothing but, that's a very basic thing which you need to do. Okay. So without data, you cannot, do anything with Tableau. Okay. And then live and extract are two different types of connections you can establish. We'll talk about that, and we'll also spend some time to understand how data can be extracted and how you know how we understand the data fields inside Tableau, etc. Okay, so these are lesson one. Maybe lesson one can take 1 or 2 days, but I don't know. It depends on the questions flowing in and the amount of time that we spend. So that's why I'm not mentioning the dates here. I mean days here. I just wanted to put as lesson one. Okay, 1 second, please. Okay, so sorry. And next talks about data source filtering. Okay, all these are specific to Tableau desktop development. Okay, so whatever that I'm talking is all about desktop, and only from lesson 9 or 10 we start server classes. Okay, Tableau server administration, etc. Okay, and lesson two talks about extract filtering, data blending, joins, if you're SQL specific. But anyways, we are concentrating on some database and queries in the very beginning of our class, so this makes very easy for us to understand joins inside Tableau, to understand data blending concepts inside Tableau, which are similar to joins in queries. Okay, so don't if you're not from SQL query background, then don't get confused. Okay. And then we go with the data views. So as I was saying, Tableau is popular for doing quick reporting. I mean, quick understanding of data and faster business intelligence. Along with that, that is popular for visualization. Okay, Tableau has got very good visualization. You can view your data, in a map way, or in the bars, or in the circle, in a very different manner. Okay, let's open one which is already saved, and you see here, is your country obese? This is what the question, and they were actually answering using a dashboard. Okay, so maybe you have to go through this sometime to understand or to filter and see what exactly they were talking about. Okay, I just wanted to just bring in, this is what the visualizations that you can do to understand the data very easily. Okay, here color talks about something, and the region talks about what region it is, and then down to that we have three different reports talking about smokers, not exercising people, and few free fruits or veg. Okay, I mean obesity rate here. When being the low. Okay, so you see many blue colors, right? So which means these cities are actually actually more than the threshold. Okay, maybe we can take threshold as this, and whatever that you see as blue are actually, you know, urban states or cities, whatever. I think they should be states. Okay, so maybe you can quickly answer this, right? So you can quickly understand what they're talking about. Okay, that's what the visualization is. You have many visualizations like this in Tableau. Okay, you have many graphs. You have, we'll see all these things, in detail. Just wanted to show you this is called visualization. Okay, and along with that, to bring up a good visualization, we have all these things coming in picture. Mark card, page shelf, labels, all this play a role. Okay, to bring up a good visualization. So we have to discuss about that as well. Okay, and then a few more topics, parameters, sets, bins. Okay, all these are again specific to Tableau desktop. Okay, and then once we understand all the basics. Okay, so far whatever that you have seen till lesson 4 are actually the basics. Okay, so now you're all set. You understood what is, I mean, you might have understood that what is dashboard, what is report, etc. And this is the time when we come to lesson 5, that we have to start creating our basic dashboard. Okay, we can take any data. One can take your country population, other can take your country per capita for the past 10 years, and other can take any data relating to your city or state, maybe the financial data, or poverty or whatever. Okay, you can take your own data from Google. Okay, connect that to Tableau and do a perfect visualization. I'm not saying very perfect visualization. Just you have to answer my question. Say if you tell me, okay, this is what the data set that I've taken. For example, I've taken last 5 year uh, growth growth of population in China or in India. Okay, so I would be asking you a lot of questions here. Okay, so your dashboard should be in a situation where it answers all my questions. Okay, I'll just ask you how much percentage we grown from 2014 to 2015. Okay, so you should have one sheet answering that question. Okay, and I'll ask what is the men grow rate compared to women. Okay, so you should have that again to answer. So this is what the questions that business users or anybody who looks into the report raise. So you must be proactively think that and do your work. Okay, but don't scare, because usually in the work environment you'll not be given with that much tough situation. So they'll come out and tell you, this is what we require. Okay, this is what the report that we require. These are the KPIs in the sense whatever that I talked earlier. How much growth rate we had compared to last year, how much of men growth rate compared to women. All these are called KPIs, key performance indicators. So they will ask you these questions. I mean, they'll give you these are the questions to be answered in a report. So you can simply, sit and analyze how you can do and just do. Okay. So whereas, if I can train you in such a way where you can do your report proactively thinking, what can be done or what can be the question asked by end user, then it will be very easy for you to get on and to do whatever that they give. Okay, so that's why I'm just telling I'll be giving the work parallelly, but still I want you guys to to put efforts and get a lot of solutions out of your data. Okay, along with that, anyways, when this is lesson 5, right, we'll have a lot of things, lot of work that we do before we get on here. So that would really help you to understand how to do. Now, I know that your minds might be a little blank because you don't know how to start. But when you arrive here, lesson 5 or lesson 6 or lesson 4, I think you'll have bunch of things in your mind to do. Okay, so that's where you start and do things. But basically, before coming to Tableau, I'll be giving you the assignments on Excel as well, because Excel is again, as I was already telling you, Excel is a best tool to do a quick data analysis. Okay, so I'll give the assignments in Excel first, and then we'll go to Tableau. Okay. I really think the assignments are going to help you very very much in answering your interview questions, or in talking, I mean, just while talking to the people in a real time exposure way. Okay, not just simply like I've learned a tool and I'm just telling what is required. Okay, and just answering only the technical questions. So you should be very very uh, very, what I can say, very sensible while talking, because they actually judge, because you are going to play a business analyst role there. You are going to do some reports which are actually making a very good business decisions, right? So in that scenario, people will definitely try to understand your basic knowledge on data, basic knowledge on business intelligence, and how do you know uh, deal with the business, etc. But no worries, I'll be just telling you all these things in our classes. Okay. So, and then we have a concept called filters. In that filters we have many more things. Okay, and then we have some advanced analysis. Okay, so we have a lot more calculations. We have aggregations. We have totals. We have table calculations. Many things in calculation fields. So we'll see what do that advanced analysis talk about. And along with that, we have forecasting. You can forecast your data. Say you have 2012, 13, 14, 15 data. You can actually judge, or you can actually forecast what can happen in 2016. Okay. So based on analysis, I mean, last 4 year data, it will look into each and every record and actually make its own decision. So if you go in the same way, then our 2016 business would be like this. It will just give you a tentative numbers to you, just forecasting your data. Okay, and and again, the advanced analysis talks about few more topics here. No, I'll be sharing this PPT to you guys, so just go through things and make sure that I'm covering all the topics which I've mentioned here. Okay, if I miss anything during our middle of classes or end of classes, we can come out and ask, we had missed this part, and can we just cover that? Okay, and then we go to Tableau Server. As I was saying, once you do the development and you have the dashboard or report ready with you, you should be publishing that to server, right? So that's where the server comes in when you are talking about publishing or sharing the report to our end users. Okay. So server introduction starts with difference between desktop, server, online, and what matters for speed of delivery. Because when end user open the report, it should not take more time, right? He cannot simply wait and see until it get loaded. Okay, it should be very quick. Okay, so the performance should be very very good. So that's what the speed of delivery is. So your report and data should be delivered to the end user uh, in seconds of time. Okay, and then we see server installation. Okay, so Tableau desktop installation is something like how you install your PDF reader, or how you install your Skype. Okay, you doesn't require any kind of training or any kind of heads up from me, because that's very very easy to install. Okay, but Tableau server installation has many things. Okay, because this is being accessed by 100 or 1000 or 10,000 people. So you should be following all the set of prerequisites, and along with that the process involved, what should be selected, what should not get selected, all these things. So that's why we have one particular session talks about Tableau server installation specifically. Then, browsing the server. So once you install your server, you can now browse the server and see whether your friends can access or your end users can access all this. Okay, and as an administrator, Tableau server admin, what would be your roles? Okay, so sites, projects, group, monitoring the regular refresh and performance monitoring, backup scheduling, you know, all this stuff are actually comes under Tableau server administration. And finally, you are the guy or you're the person who should train the end user. Okay, because end user doesn't know what is the tool or what uh, how to access his report or dashboard. So you must be giving a small training to him or her, asking this is where you can log in with your credentials, and this is where you can select your filters and go to your report, and this is where you see your numbers. So once you get the training, then obviously they'll be doing that they'll be doing that regularly. Okay, so as an administrator, Tableau server end user training is also in our agenda. Okay, is also a role and responsibility, I can say. Okay. So finally, we'll go to for last session, and which talks about all the lessons that we have covered. Starting with desktop, what we have seen, what is data visualization, publishing, security stuff, etc. And along with that, server installation, configuration, and administration and end user training. And I'll have one session to actually discuss the interview question. Okay, because you're just taking the class for just to face the interview, right? Just to crack the job. So I have list of questions with me where I'll be just bringing up and discussing each and every answer very briefly. Okay, so that you can gain something out of it and you can start delivering when you're facing interviews. Okay, so well, I think I have covered already in the first session. So for non-reporting people, these are the concepts that we deal. Okay, data warehousing, basic Excel reporting, how we can leverage reporting for business to do their process and of course the decision making. Okay, and the basic query joins, learning, etc. Select statement, how to join the two tables or two views, whatever. Okay, and other reporting tools as well. So I'll be just showing other reporting tool videos and how the reporting can be done there, along with the Tableau competitors. Okay, who are the competitors of Tableau in the current environment? Uh, and we have a lot of sessions, lot in the sense I cannot say five, six, seven, but at least two or three to completely discuss about project. Okay, because this is our very important thing, because so far you have learned about tool, all the concepts related to that, but now this is where you have to project yourself. Okay, how to create your project. Okay, how to explain the project in a real time way. Okay, and how do the work comes. Okay, work detailing, requirements gathering, how do you gather the requirement, and documentation part, how do you do with FSD, how do you prepare your TSD and the timelines, etc. And developer and admin responsibilities. So these are to be incorporated in your resume, right? So we'll talk about very good points which we can put up there, and along with that, testing phases. So once you're done with your development, so it go through a lot of testing phase. So we'll discuss each and everything there, and few more project assignments. Okay, I have a lot of profiles with me. I'll just share with you, and you guys can start understanding the project and putting up good projects in your profile. Okay, and that's what the demonstration of Tableau is, and of course the course duration would be for you know I can say hours, it close reminds 20 hours is the minimum. I don't know how much it goes maximum, depends on, the questions and the assignments that you're solving. Okay. Along with that, the installation part, I mean, the software, we have 15-day trial for Tableau desktop. Okay. And 15-day trial for server. I think for server, it's more than enough. But for desktop, we need to think of alternate, because it expires in 14 days. We have Tableau Public, which does the similar job, but still we have to, I'll talk to Naren, okay, to how to get the license, etc. I'll just convey my inputs to him, so he'll coordinate with you on that. And I could see some questions got into the queue. Okay, it's from Naren. All right. As a Tableau developer, what other technical skills will be required or helpful apart from Excel skills? Do we require statistics skills also? I don't have ETL experience. No, 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 no. Don't confuse. You don't require. Of course, if you have statistical analysis skills, then it's a plus to you. It's an added advantage. But I don't think that is highly important or highly required. Okay, and you didn't require any ETL experience. Okay, so I'm just talking about ETL just to make sure how the data comes into the picture. Okay, how the data comes to the database. Okay, so don't worry. Basic SQL, sorry, basic Excel and basic query knowledge is more than enough, which we are going to discuss in our class to do your Tableau development. Okay. And from Naren, it's we should tell. Okay, yeah, we'll discuss that, Naren. No, maybe it's with the amount of experience that people have. I think I'm just assuming it will go more than 30 hours, but I'll check. If it comes all the way to 40 hours or not. So I'm done with my demonstration. You guys have any questions? Any questions, guys?
Yeah. Hi guys, this is Naren. So we are gonna start classes in a couple of days. So please let me know if